Hey, what's up, otakus? We're back with our second installment of my top 50 Jim Lee books in the collection. And today we're going to focus on books 40 through 31. So the previous video we did 50 through 41. Today we're going to focus on 40 through 31 and count down the next 10 in our eventual countdown to number 1. So let's get to it. At number 40 we've got Death Made Black. This is sort of a crossover between Valiant and Image back in the mid-90s. The lasting legacy of this book is we got a Jim Lee and Mark Silvestri collaboration cover here. Absolutely wonderful. I think this was penciled by Mark Silvestri and then inked by Jim Lee. So it has Jim Lee vibes, but it's Silvestri art. But either way, they both really come together and knock it out of the park in this cover. Rip Claw there. And I have a signed copy here. This was signed by Mark Silvestri back on December 10th, 1993. Got a COA here. In gold there. Not the cleanest Silvestri signature, but it is a signed book nonetheless, so maybe I'll send it in CGC. We'll see. Speaking of, high profile collaborations, we just, two of my favorite artists on that previous book. We have another two of my favorite artists on this book, Countdown to Infinite Crisis. We have Jim Lee, Alex Ross collaboration. We have Jim Lee on pencils and Alex Ross on inks and color, or in this instance on paints. And man, that is just glorious. Seeing Jim Lee art in the Alex Ross style is just crazy awesome. So yeah, this is sort of like a Jim Lee cover that has a completely different feel than any other cover done by Jim Lee. And you can see there's Jim Lee written right there. Signs his name right there. If you can, there it comes into focus. This is Alex Ross's signature, so you got a signed Alex Ross book. It's number 39 on my list. Great book. X-Men 39. Now this is a special book. No Jim Lee art there. That's Steve Lytle art. But this is a special book because this comes a little bit after Jim's debut on X-Men. It's kind of like his second audition, I guess, for X-Men, till he eventually starts doing more on the run and gets assigned as the official penciler for Uncanny. But there's an original story here that Jim pencils, and it's a really dynamic piece of work. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely one you want in the collection because it predates a lot. I mean, it pretty much predates a lot of his X-Men stuff. I think this is the second X-Men work outside of 248, which is his first work on the run. We got a back cover to show off. This is Wildstorm swimsuit edition number 2, and this is the back cover. If you want to go see the front cover, watch my haul video that was uploaded recently, where I show off the books that I got from Disney City Comics. This is a recent pickup, and it's making the list. Again, glorious back cover of Zealot, and that's why I love this book. For 37. Now this is a signed book. It's signed by Scott Clark and Dan Norton on the front. Ryan Odegawa, our boy Ryan Odegawa, has contributed to this book, so I'm hopefully gonna look forward to getting his signature on this book someday. And of course we want to get Jim's signature on this book, but it's gonna be a slow project. We're not gonna submit to CGC or anything, so don't keep your fingers crossed. All right, number 36 on the list is Superman. This is just a variant cover for the Justice League run, and yeah, I mean, if you look here, I've got, you know, Jim Lee and with Heat Vision Superman. I love Heat Vision Superman, the way Jim Lee draws it, and we've got more of that spectacular action there. Heat Vision just obliterating a wall with the impact of his Heat Vision. Alright, now we're moving on to the next book, Punisher War Journal, number 19. This just has one of the best covers. You've just rented a jet ski to the Punisher. Kiss that baby goodbye. And just a beautiful cover. This is Jim Lee's last, you know, work on this run. Just a memorable bon voyage, riding off into the sunset. Cool stuff. Batman number 50, the Jim Lee Catwoman Batman variant. Got Joker's reflection there in the goggles, if it ever comes into focus. There it is. Yeah, one of our favorite covers. They're just sharing a really intimate moment there. Yeah. Beautiful artwork. Alright, counting down, we've got number 33, we've got Wolverine 24. Yeah, you know, Jim Lee doesn't do too much Wolverine during this 90s run, but all the stuff he does contribute to is really, really, really dynamic, especially 27, which is on the list down toward number 1. This one, though, is, again, one of our favorites, just because it's a really busy cover here. He's in like Hong Kong or somewhere in an alley, and that's just not an alley you want to be in, but amazing work. The city backdrop, good stuff. Alright, number 32 on the list, first Batman. Jim Lee, you know, by the end of Jim Lee's career, it'll be interesting to see which character defines his legacy. You can make the argument for Wolverine, you can make the argument for X-Men, you can make the argument for Superman, you can make the argument for Batman, Wildcats. But Batman will be in that conversation, and again, this is the first time Jim Lee creates Batman, and yeah, it's great. You know, his Batman has stayed pretty consistent throughout the years, and he's definitely, I think, Batman's been one of his like favorite characters to, I think, experiment with, and obviously master. Um, Great cape work. That's part of the fun, I guess, of doing Batman, and Jim's been really uh, incredible with that cape work as well. It's going to close out this section of the list is Superman Unchained #1. This is the San Diego Comic Con exclusive, and got this great black and white sketch of Superman, Clark changing into Superman. So yeah, really incredible cover. That rounds out our list. So yeah, that was short and quick. Thanks for joining me on going through 40 through 31 on my list. We'll be back with 30 through 21 in about a week, so stay tuned for that as we count down to #1. See you in the next one.